What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Mark with the Better Mark, and let's get into the March 5th, Tuesday, NBA plays. We're going to break down this NBA slate. Got a couple games going on within some very good best bets, as well as some leans along the way. I'm going to be breaking down every single game. And guys, just to recap, yesterday, was able to go 2-0 with my official plays. Full disclosure and transparency, I did have a third play within that Milwaukee Bucks game that I gave out to you guys earlier in the game, but I ended up not playing that because of the Giannis Achilles news. Once that came out, we saw the number creep up, and that was one where it was a little fishy, so I laid off of it. But anyways, guys, that was probably in good spirits, because for those of you that were able to lock in the Bucks before the Giannis news, they ended up covering anyways. Okay, so that was a very interesting game, watching that Clippers-Bucks game on TV. Doc Rivers really got his team playing in a good direction. Defense is really starting to take form. But guys, let's get into the March Madness giveaway that I'm going to be running here on the channel. And this is one where all you have to do is click the link down below in the description. Go on that page. Follow me on X. All right, that'll take you right to my official Twitter page on X. And right there's three things you have to do. Subscribe on YouTube, which if you guys have already done that, that's great. And if you haven't, just make sure you guys all subscribe on YouTube. Follow me on X, as well as heart the post, the pinned comment on X, and retweet that out with 3 people. And that's how I'll know, once I see that you guys share it, that you guys are all officially entered. And one lucky winner here on the channel right before the March Madness tournament kicks off will win a jersey of their choice shipped directly to their house from fanatics.com. Okay, so I appreciate you guys. We're getting up to 1,000 subs, all thanks to you guys, and that's exactly why we're running this giveaway, to kind of kick off the channel in a good direction even further. Okay, but let's get into Tuesday's best bets. And first, guys, we're going to go out to the Cavaliers hosting the Boston Celtics. Okay, and we've seen this number creep up a little bit, up to 7.5 now, and this is a number where I do still look at that 7.5. I lean towards taking it. Never bet against a winning streak, especially a winning against the spreads streak to end. And one where we're seeing, guys, the Celtics, guys, they're on an absolute tear. Okay, and it's no surprise to any, just because of what we've been seeing. They've been winning with margin, and we saw that dismantling of Golden State. They're lighting it up from three-pointers, covering their last 5 games, like I said, and beyond, and they're covering with margin. So even without Donovan Mitchell, how high does this number have to go to basically become a no value and a no play for me? 7.5 is pretty much right there. If you're able to lock in the 5 over the night, then sure, go for it. But we're seeing Max Strus pop up on the out. He's out in this injury report. Isaac Okoro is questionable as well. And also, guys, we're seeing Kristaps Porzingis and Jaylen Brown questionable for the Celtics. So as of now, it's just something where if I had to play this game, I would be not betting against the streak, despite being a Cavaliers fan. Just going with the money, taking Boston minus 7.5. But this is a no play for me as of right now, because of Jaylen Brown's status and Porzingis as well. Okay, so next, out to the Hornets hosting the Orlando Magic. Orlando, one of the better cover teams there in the association, and this is one where we kind of look at the Charlotte Hornets. They're on my no play list. Them and the Brooklyn Nets firmly have achieved that status, but we look at Orlando covering 3 of their last 5, as well as Charlotte. And Orlando Magic, guys, 40-21 on the season covering the spread. That's fantastic numbers. So we're seeing the numbers starting to equalize a little bit. More data points, more adjusting to the markets, and Orlando laying 8.5 on the road. That's a big number to lay on the road. So I'm going to be fading this game as well. Just kind of not in the business of doing that. And it's one where we see both of these teams. If I had to give you guys a lean in any direction, it would be to a very low-scoring affair where I would be possibly taking that under. Okay. Next, we're going to get into the New Orleans Pelicans game. Okay, guys. This is one where we see them going on the road, playing Toronto. All right, playing Toronto. This is a great game to watch. I see it being a very fun-filled contest. We look at this number basically at that minus 8.5. Pelicans on the road. Just once again, a big number laying on the road. There's a common trend we got going on here with the card. Celtics. We've seen the Celtics, the Magic, and now the Pelicans laying 8.5 on the road, and that's going to continue. All right, but that's a no play for me. This will be a fun game to watch. Raptors came on strong, really getting it done in terms of just being a nice scrappy team. Pelicans beating the Pacers. Toronto, seeing some good wins along the way. They've beat the Pacers as well within the recent few games, where they had a 130-122 defeat or victory, and New Orleans a 114-123 loss to the Pacers, followed up by a 129-102 win. So it's one where we look at these teams basically a little bit more in line. We see Scotty Barnes out for Toronto. That's a big loss. If anything, guys, it would not shock me if Toronto took the cake and they ended up blowing out the Raptors on the road. But it's one where the New Orleans Pelicans have been a Jekyll and Hyde team. And I tell you guys this in all my videos. They're very capable of winning by 20 against any given team. And they're also very capable of losing by 20 to any given team. Okay. Then we're going to go out to the New York Knicks. And this will be an official play. This is one where Jalen Brunson is possibly questionable. We saw a little bit, I think it was a knee contusion or tweak or sprain against the Cavaliers in the first minute of that game and then leaving the contest, and still the Knicks got it done on the road. Okay, so now they're coming home to Madison Square Garden where you look at Atlanta, Trae Young out for them. We've seen some struggles for Atlanta, and this will be a low-scoring game as well. But we look in this contest, and I'm in the line of taking the -2.5 with the Knicks before this number gets any higher. DiVincenzo's playing very good. Hartenstein's playing very good. Josh Hart, unbelievable stat lines being put up. And this is just a testament to, I think, New York wants this game a little bit more than Atlanta. I think they're going to be more ready to play, and I think they're going to get it done here at home, hosting the Hawks. So that'll be my play, -2.5, lock in the New York Knicks, okay? And then we're going to get into the Detroit Pistons going on the road, taking the Miami Heat on. Look at the numbers, and this is where we see another 11-point home favorite, another big number. The Pistons, 9-51 on the season. That's one where they're kind of teetering on that line. Are they one of those no-play games, no-play teams for me as well? But let's look at some of the early money coming in on Detroit. 92% of the money we're seeing in some outlets. And Detroit losing 4 of their last 5, covering 3 of those 5 games, guys. But that's one where off a recent loss at Orlando, 113-91, continuing that trek down south to South Beach in southern Florida. Miami, they kind of are more business in this regard, okay? This is one where if I had to lean towards anything, it would be the Heat coming ready to play, getting it done. But 11 is just too far, okay? So if you want to get involved with this game, more so in the Cade Cunningham, Jimmy Butler, look in that prop market. I really try to second half Jimmy, playoff Jimmy. That's something where I'm going to be favoring here. But we definitely could see some value in some overs within Cade Cunningham's points, assists, points, rebounds, and just points over 20.5. I see that more so maybe 23, 24, 25 plus point projection in that regard. And obviously Jimmy Butler, points and assists, he's been balling. It would not shock me one bit if he plays a full 4 quarters, because this game does have blowout potential. If he does get that 4th quarter in to his stat line, I could see Jimmy getting to that 30-plus points and clearing that points and assists prop just with points alone, one of those kind of situations, okay? And then that'll be my final play we're going to get into within what we're looking at within the Dallas Mavericks, okay? And I want to bring this up for you guys on the screen. For some reason, the window did not refresh, so bear with me, guys. But we're going to look into the Dallas Mavericks, okay? This will be the late game that we're seeing taking on the Pacers, 8:30. And there's actually one more game, too, that I'm going to be showing you because for some of you, this will be the marquee game, but injuries have kind of led me in the other direction, and it's another big spread. So let's get into that game actually first. Let's look at the Denver Nuggets hosting the Phoenix Suns. That's one where we look at the injury report, the status with Devin Booker. One where you talk about the Nuggets and just seeing the difference between a team that has won an NBA championship and a team, despite having Kevin Durant and that pedigree, a team that just really doesn't know what, I should say, what it takes. That's a good way of putting it, okay? Failing to cover 4 out of their last 5, and conversely, Denver Nuggets have covered 4 of their last 5, 42-19 on the year straight up. And this is one where, look at the Suns, guys, 25-35 against the spread, a horrible spread team as well. Look at the betting trends on the road. That number gets even worse, 44%. And as an underdog on the road, they are a 35% cover team. So big number, 9.5. The Nuggets are a great team at home. That's another thing you have to look into. The numbers, the betting trends don't really back that up, but they are a very hard team to bet against at home. But we're seeing Devin Booker's out. Nurkic is questionable, and if Nurkic doesn't suit up, look out. This game can get ugly really fast because the Joker would absolutely shred Phoenix, and this is one where I could see it's a huge stat line. I'm talking triple-double, blowout potential. Lay the Nuggets if Nurkic is out of this contest, okay? That's not an official play, but that's just kind of where my head's at. That's a lean. But let's get into that final play, guys, because this is one where we look into the Dallas Mavericks hosting the Indiana Pacers. You look at Sunday's contest, 8-0 on the unders. This has been a very big streak for the NBA unders across the board, and this is one where it's no different. That's the sole metric that I'm using for this handicap. It's too big of a line. It's too big. We're going to look at the 246 betting line for taking that under. And it's something where it opened, and we're seeing a lot of the money kind of trickle in on the over. It's just not one where I'm going to get there, and it's probably going to be a sucker bet where both of these teams end up scoring 130 points each, possibly overtime involved. But opening at 247.5, I'm going to be taking the over 246. I still see some value in that. It'll probably fall on 247, but look at the last 5 games. We look at how Indiana's played against the spread and the over-under potential. They went 4-1 to the under with totals of 243, 238.5, 246, 251.5. The last matchup against Dallas, it was 251.5, and the contest ended up being 111, 133, where that was played back on February 25th. So it's kind of what I'm looking into. I'm going to just back that up with another underplay in this contest. So lock in those 3 official plays. Gave you guys another lean along the way, as well as breaking down every NBA game on the slate tonight. But that's what we have going in the association. Guys, please remember to subscribe down below, and also that pinned comment down below. Click the link. It'll take you over to my official X page, Twitter, whatever you want to call it, and enter the Fanatics giveaway. It's something where who doesn't like a free jersey to kick off March Madness? Within reason, of your choice, courtesy of Fanatics.com, shipped directly to your house. All you gotta do is follow these simple instructions within the pinned comment on my X page. Subscribe on YouTube, follow me on X, heart the post, as well as share it with 3 people, and that's how I'll know that you're officially entered for that giveaway come the start of the March Madness, the dance that we'll have within college basketball. So thanks, guys, for watching. I know this video is going to kill. We're going to get over 100,000, or I'm sorry, we're going to get over 1,000 subs just because of you guys. Appreciate every bit of support you guys give me. The channel is growing very nicely. I hope you guys can go all out, cash some tickets. A lot of fun stuff happening on the channel. A lot of fun stuff happening in sports. We're approaching Major League Baseball. It's a great time to be alive, especially in the sports gambling community. So hope you guys all do well. Go cash some tickets, and we'll see you guys all tomorrow.